So up to now we've covered how to log in, how to create your wiki, all the basic and advanced formatting, references, and also how to input pictures into your wiki, like we have here. Now in this video we're going to talk about how to put a table into your wiki. So this is the last of the major text formatting tools that you're going to need. So how do we do this? Okay, let's edit our page again. I'm already logged in. Okay, now say under heading 2 here we want to put some sort of table. And table is probably the most complex thing that you're going to add into your wiki because the syntax in the wiki code is a little bit complicated. So first of all, what you have to do is to start your table, you're going to use a curly brace, open curly brace, and then the pipe key. Now again, this is like the 2 vertical bars. You find this key underneath the backspace on your keyboard. It's right above the backslash, so you have to hit shift backslash to get that character. Okay, and then you can start with your first line. So for example, I want to start with, I use a pipe first, then I put my first item for the first cell for the first row, so I can have row 1, column 1. Okay, then to the next cell I put double pipe like this, then I have row 1, column 2, double pipe again, then row 1, column 3. Okay, so now I've filled out a row that has 3 columns in it. Next thing, I want to start a new row. What I do is I put a pipe, then a hyphen. Then I do the same thing. So I'm just going to copy this row, for example here. So this is now row 2, column 1, row 2, column 2, and row 2, column 3. Then to finish my table, I again put a pipe, and then close curly brace. So we have an open curly brace at the beginning of the table, closed curly brace at the end. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so here's my table. You see there's basically no formatting, but you see it's laid out in rows and columns. So it's kind of hard to see. Now what if we want to see that table? Well, what I would suggest you do is to just use the default wiki formatting. And the way that you do that is just on this first line after the curly brace and the pipe key, you write class equals opening and then wiki table and then close quote. Okay, this is kind of like an HTML CSS class tag here. So this is class wiki table. Now by adding that magic little bit of code, if I show the preview, now you see it's got a little bit of a gray background and you can see the column and row lines. So that's a very simple table. Now what happens if we want to put a header row? So we have some headings that we want to use. So what we would do is right after this first line here, we can put 1 line for every header row, or we can do it the same as the column row. So for example, I can have, I put a exclamation point first, then I say header 1, then I can put double exclamation point header 2, and then double exclamation point header 3. Let's see if that works. Okay, it worked okay, but I missed the new row key. So remember, for each time we have a new row, we have to put a pipe and then a hyphen. So this also shows what happens if you you can put different numbers of columns in each row. That's no problem. So it just fills in this one and it leaves it blank underneath here. So if I want to fix that, what I have to do is put a new row here, pipe hyphen. Great. So all it uses when I use the exclamation point is it gives this row different formatting. So it bolds the headers and it makes the background a little bit of a darker gray. Now Now if I want to align something, so say row 2 doesn't say all those columns. Okay, default, if I go like this, so now I've got less text in that row than I do above it. Let's take a look. Okay, so now it defaults aligns to the left. Now if you want to align that to the center, there's a way to do that. What you do is, before that, inside, so this is the cell between the vertical pipe and the double pipe, we can write align equals center, and then pipe. So this entire piece here, including this pipe, is all within that cell. I can do the same thing in the next cell if I do like this. So the cells are separated by the double pipes, and we've added a little bit more formatting with the single pipe. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so you see these two are aligned center, and this one is aligned to the left. Now you can also throw an image inside a table. That's pretty easy to do. All that you have to do, say for example in this last cell we want to put an image. Now I have some images that I use in the example. So say I have image, full colon, and I just put an image name. Now this is an image that I've previously uploaded. You can check the previous video for how to upload images and how to refer to images. But say I have fixed.png, which just shows a fixed end, and open. So without putting frame or thumb or anything else here, it's just going to put it at full size. So let's show the preview. Okay, and there we go. It's got the image inside the cell. It's not a line center. We could add a line center to this one as well, and then we would have the image in the middle. Now what if I also wanted to add an entrance header here? Now I changed this as I paused it, but I'll explain in a minute. So say I wanted to add a title row here, but I didn't want to have a header above it, which I've already kind of done here. So what you can do is you can leave a blank header space here. So we just put the 2 exclamation points. This is a blank cell, then this is a full cell. Okay, so then now if I want to add, I can put a title row title here, and I could put a row title here. So I've just added new cells on each of these rows, and I've added a blank cell at the header. And this is what I get. So there you go. That's all the basics of tables. You can also make sure to go to the main page and check out Wiki formatting. And in here, there's a lot more. If you go to other formatting, tables, and you can see there's a lot more things that you can do with tables, and all the fine details of the different things that you can do to make your tables look more interesting. But you can just use the basic tables for most things. You can span cells. You know, all that delicious stuff is available in the general help. So good luck with your tables.